What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have 20 rules the Brits never break. 20 rules that y'all never break? Let's jump into these rules. Before we do, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you like to support the channel by becoming a member, all you got to do is hit that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's see what y'all never break.
Hi everyone, it's me. My name is Alana and I'm a Canadian, but I live here in the UK. Welcome, have a seat, get cozy, maybe have a hot drink. I still have my coffee. Let's see if I can finish it before it gets cold. I have created a list, this list, in fact, of 20 rules that I think are integral to British life. Rules that the Brits do not break. So that is what we're talking about today. Leave a comment down below. What do you think of my list? But you can only be nice. Don't only say nice things. Don't say mean things.
Only say
Number
nice
one,
things.
always say sorry, even if it's not your fault.
I knew that
so
was gonna
even
be a
if
rule. I knew that was gonna be a rule. And the next rule I'm gonna guess, not next in the list, but it's gonna be somewhere on the list is never skip the queue. It's gotta be somewhere on the list.
Bump into a lamppost.
Apologize to the
Into a
lamppost.
door frame.
Apologize to
You
the door
accidentally
frame.
step on something that's not a human or an animal. You just say sorry. Number two, queue properly. So queuing improperly or cutting a queue is just absolutely diabolical. You probably won't get yelled at because British people largely don't like to yell at people, don't want to cause a fuss, but you will be tutted at, which might even be worse. Number three, never make
I knew the queue was coming. I knew that was gonna be on the list 100% for sure. It's crazy. He said, "Oh, and say sorry, even if it's an inanimate object. You apologize anyway."
Tutted at, which might even be worse. Number three, never make eye contact on public transport. So for me, I sold my car 5 years ago. That can't be right. I sold my car a long time ago, and I rely on public transport to get everywhere and anywhere. I kind of love that British people don't really make eye contact. Yeah. They don't want to cause a fuss, right? You don't want to be a bother. Don't make eye contact. However, if you are, perhaps on the bus and somebody is staring at you and you just know that something is going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, something is going to transpire on this bus. As part of this rule, I would also say never sit beside someone on public transport unless there's no other option. Another rule that I love, so when you're on a train or on the bus, everybody's like taking one seat in the clusters.
Yes.
Like there's seats of two. Everybody's taking one and one and one and one until it can't, there's no more empty seats left. So you start taking a seat beside someone. Only then is that appropriate. Because there is few things worse than being on the train and the carriage is almost empty and you're in a window seat, and where does that person decide to sit? Beside you.
I'd be so upset,
so buckle up, something's about to happen. Moving right along.
I'd be so upset. I love that rule. Love that rule. I mean, those rules in my head that I'm like, that just makes sense. That's what I would do. No, we ain't making eye contact. We on this. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a mean person by any means. If someone approaches me and like wants to start a conversation, I'll have a conversation. But when I go out of the house, I'm like, I'm not looking to start small talk. Like, it won't be initiated on my end. But I will talk because, I mean, people are cool and I don't like being mean. I'm a nice guy. In my opinion, I am. But yeah, I love, if I can just get on the public transport, be on my phone, not really worry about what everybody else is doing, I'm living good. And definitely don't, if there's open seats on the bus or the tram or whatever, don't sit right beside me. It's just, it's weird. It's weird. I love these rules, Brits. I feel like I definitely follow every single one so far.
What are we up to? Number four. Don't talk to strangers unless it's about the weather. British people don't really like opening up immediately. It takes them a long time to get that personal. Every time I go back to Canada, I'm always kind of shocked how Canadians, you'll be in a queue for something and the person next to you just starts telling you about their like personal life, and it's always kind of shocking, like, oh, like I don't even know you and you're being so upfront and open.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Here I find in the UK, and of course, this is a thing I already know you guys have commented down below. I live in Kent. I think Kentish people are quite reserved. I think they're not snooty, and they're not like hoity-toity, posh. I'm not going to talk to you. I think largely
Yeah.
it's just they're so polite that they
Hmm.
don't want to bother you. They don't want to look at you and make you feel uncomfortable. They don't want to sit next to you in public transport. They don't want to talk to you about anything too personal before they know you. I think all of this is
I
done
respect
because they're very
that.
polite. They're
I
very
respect
reserved,
that.
not like in a mean or negative posh kind of way. But I know the Northerners, you guys love to make yourself known in the comments, and I'm sure you've already done it. And I'm sure there's already a comment that says, Northerners don't do this. Northerners talk to everybody and blah, blah, blah. And that's great. I love that for you. I live in Kent. So this is my list. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Every time I post a video, I always get comments from Northerners saying how the North is so much better. Okay. I've enjoyed all of my trips up north. I've been up north.
Yeah.
Been to Scotland and Wales. Had an absolutely lovely time. Beautiful places.
Yeah.
Anyway, literally not the point of this video. Number 5, tea solves everything. You just got dumped
Everything.
by a long-term partner.
Ooh.
Have a cuppa. Perhaps you've just been made redundant
Ooh.
at your job you've been with for 30 years.
Ooh.
Have a cuppa. Maybe you went to the shops and it rained on you on the way home and you're a bit miserable. Just have a cuppa. Tea solves everything. I have only recently got into, this is coffee. I always have a coffee in the morning.
I feel that.
And I've only really recently got into tea. It's something that's
Always have a Coke Zero in the morning. That's how I start my day. Coca-Cola, 0 sugar, 0 calorie. But tastes close enough for me to enjoy.
really exciting because I feel like there's so much out there that I haven't had. I love doing taste tests. If you've seen any of my videos, I love a taste test. And tea is one of those things that I still feel is very unexplored for me, which is exciting. Personally, I'll take a Yorkshire, maybe a little bit of milk, but not too much, just a little.
Oh, I thought you were talking
just a
about
little
a Yorkshire pudding. My bad.
something, and I'm laughing. I'm having a great time. Only in the winter though, or on a rainy day. I don't drink tea when it's nice out. I don't drink tea in the summertime. It has to be a bad, rainy, gross winter day.
I feel you.
It's a very specific rule, I know. But that rule is only for me. British people don't follow that rule. While we're talking about coffee, while we're talking about...
That was crazy though. A cup of tea solves everything. She said when you get broken up with after being with your partner for so long, when you get made redundant after being with your job for 30 years, a cup of tea will solve it. When you get absolutely crapped on by terrible weather, a cup of tea's gonna solve it. That's the British way, eh? What was the last one? She was talking about, not really talking to strangers. I said that in the other point. I'm not ever one to initiate small talk or conversation with a stranger. But again, if I'm approached and they start talking and we get in a conversation, I will participate in the conversation. And I'll do it with a smile on my face.
caffeine, a little update. I have still been doing my Magic Mind challenge. Magic Mind is a mental performance shot. They're the sponsor of today's video. I've been having mine every morning
I'm gonna
with
skip
my
the
morning
sponsor.
coffee for the last month now. I think we're at the full month point. And I have been so productive, it's been unreal. So Magic Mind is a 100-day money-back guarantee code NAPS20. So what does that get you? A lot. NAPS20 is 20% off this month. Very productive. Cool, calm, and collected. Anyway, what number were we on?
Anyway.
Number 6. Number 6. The correct response to all right is all right. No actual information should be exchanged.
That's it.
This one is still very weird to me because when someone says to me, like, are you all right in Canada? That means, like, someone is asking about your well-being and you should respond in a way that makes sense. But here it's very much like a throwaway. It's like, it's kind of like in North America you would say, like, hey, what's up? It's just casual, just like, hey,
Yeah.
what's up? And they're not going to be like, oh, well, you know, Jay
Yeah.
left me and our
No.
dog is ill and we don't have insurance and I think I'm going to get let
No,
go from my job.
jeez.
No, 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 no.
Oh my
Too much information. When you
days.
say what's up in North America, it's usually like very casual, just kind of like a throwaway line. That is the same thing I find
Hmm.
here with you all right or just all right. They're not really asking,
Yeah.
you know, for an in-depth
Yeah.
explanation of how you're doing. You just say all right
That's
and move
it.
on. Number
That's it.
7, never take the
That's all you gotta
last
do.
biscuit. You're in some sort of social setting. Maybe there's
Somebody gotta
a
take
little
it.
party, a little get together at somebody's house, and there's the last biscuit, and you are offered that last biscuit. You need to say
Oh.
no. But if
What?
you're offered again, and nobody else seems to really want it, then you may take the last biscuit. But you
Mm-mm.
kind of have to do this little
Mm-mm.
dance of like, oh, does anybody else? Anybody else? Like, oh, I shouldn't, you know, does anyone else want it? And then you may take it. Next up,
No.
number
No. Number 7. I think that was number, or was it number 6? Number 6. Dang, she had just talked about yeah. Like when we say, hey, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't really mean like what's going on with you. Hey, what's up? What's happening? That's absolutely not what that means. Like she said, it's a throwaway line. My thing is, hey, how you doing? Uh, all right, you, I'm good, and we keep going about our day. That is it. Hey, what's up? Not much, man. How you doing? I'm doing good. All right, see, catch up with you next time. That's it. That's it. There's no, hey, how are you doing? And then you go into your life story, like she said that's not what's going on. So in British terms, it'd be like, you all right? All right. I guess that's how it goes. I'm not too sure. But yes, and then this last one, what did she just say? I can't remember.
no. But if you're offered again,
Oh, somebody got to take the last biscuit. In my point of view, somebody's got to take the last biscuit. And if I turn the biscuit down, to me, people are gonna think, well, he doesn't want it, so that's my opening. I'll take it. No, you offer me that last biscuit, and my first answer will be yes. That's the first British rule on the list that I think I'd have to break. The very first one on the list. I've been good, but that's one I'd have to break for you. That's just me.
I have to do this little dance of like on it and then you may take it. Next up, number 8, never complain in a restaurant. You can complain to the people you're eating with. That's fine, but
Mm-hmm.
don't complain to anyone who could actually improve the situation.
Mm-hmm.
No, just suffer.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, roast dinners
Mm-hmm.
are a sacred tradition and they
Mm-hmm.
must include Yorkshire puddings.
Oh, I want to
If
try
you
that.
do not have a Yorkshire pudding, you cannot call that a Sunday roast. That may just be my opinion, but I think it's the right one, don't you think? Number 10, beans on toast is
York. I would love to try Yorkshire pudding because they always look good in videos. And I want to try. I want to see how it is. A Sunday roast. That absolutely sounds amazing. Like I want to start doing a Sunday roast. Oh.
a legitimate meal. I actually love, okay, I don't want to start a whole thing, but you know I'm going to start a whole thing. Beans on toast is great. However,
Uh
and I
oh.
know this is not a British rule and it always makes people upset.
Uh oh.
I don't like soggy bread. I don't like soggy as a texture. I
Yeah,
just
I get
find it's
that.
not the greatest. So when I have beans on toast, and my British partner is the same. So if you want to take it up with someone, take it up with him. It's his fault.
You keep them
We will
separate.
do toast with some nice butter and beans on the side. And then
That makes
as you
sense.
are eating the toast, you're
Scoop
scooping the
them.
beans and eating it as you go.
I
That
get
way,
that.
the toast is still very toast and it's not soggy. So we have beans adjacent to toast. I
Yeah,
know it drives people crazy. I don't know what to tell you.
that
It's
makes sense
just
to me.
such a pleasant eating experience. But I have beans beside toast like somewhat frequently, especially on a really busy day. It's like I need to eat something, but I just don't have time. Toast some bread, heat up some beans on the hob.
Damn.
A little bit, we put a little bit like a chipotle chili or something in it. Nice. Takes
Ooh.
5 seconds. You can wolf it down in less time and then I can get back to what I was doing. I know that's a really hot topic issue, but I've just said it now and we're moving on. Number 11. You have to either love Marmite or hate it. You
Hate it.
cannot be in
You
between.
can
I've never met a
hate
British
it.
person who
Hate it.
had an opinion on Marmite that was anything other than love it or hate it, right? I know that's like the slogan, love it or hate it. I've never met someone who's like, yeah, I could take it or leave it. It's fine, but I don't, no,
Mm,
you can't do that. Personally, I hate it, which is kind of surprising because I love savory stuff. And I've tried it in
exactly.
a variety of different ways over the years. I've tried it in different applications. I hate it. Number 12, tea
I already
needs
know it's disgusting, and I've never tried Marmite, but I have tried Vegemite, and what I hear is they're similar, not the same, but they are similar. And I absolutely hated Vegemite. It was disgusting. So I just feel like I'd have the same reaction with Marmite. Beans next to the toast makes sense. You just scoop your beans on the toast whenever you feel like taking a bite instead of, I think, like she said, yeah, letting your beans get your toast soggy. But however you choose to eat it, that's how you choose to eat it. I still haven't even tried beans on toast. Something just failed. I'm sorry, but I would absolutely love to try some beans on toast. And I got toast in the kitchen, but I need some baked beans.
needs to be brewed correctly. Now, I know there's a lot of people that joke about making tea in the microwave. And I gotta be honest, I feel like that is a thing that was created on the internet to rage bait British people. I don't know any single person who does that. However, it goes without saying, if you were that person, you better not do it here. And a lot of
Mhm.
people believe that the milk, to make a proper cuppa, the milk actually needs to go in first. And you need to
Oh,
have a certain type of china, and you need to like brew the tea a certain amount. You need to have a
oh,
certain amount of milk
that's
or
too
no
much
milk. Like
work.
everybody's very particular. But either way, tea needs to actually be brewed properly. And if you put it in the microwave, the home office is going to show up at your house and they're going to deport you. All right. So you've been warned. Number
Not,
13, if someone says we
not a
should
deportation. Not a deportation. I don't know anyone who drinks tea, I so I don't even know if they put it in the microwave because or drinks hot tea. I don't know anyone who drinks hot tea, so I don't know how they heat it up or what the situation is. I'm not a tea guy, so I'm gonna go on to the next one.
should meet up soon, it means they never want to see you again. They're just being polite. I think for
Yes,
non English speaking
yes.
people, this is going to be so weird. There's a lot of double meanings when it comes to
Hmm.
English language
Especially in the
and
UK.
English speaking, way of speaking, the passive aggression. There's a lot of times when British people will say one thing and they very much mean something else. And I think that is really difficult to wrap your head around if English is not your first language. Even for me, like Canada, technically speaks English as well. Slightly different, but English. And it took me a while to figure out the nuances of some of the phrases of what do British people actually mean? Because I think Canadians are very upfront. Canadians are kind of like Americans. They say what they mean what they say.
I feel
British
that.
people like to do this little song and dance where they kind of say something, but they're kind of meaning something else. So
Yes,
if that's new to you,
yes.
good luck. Another rule that British people
That's the
never break
Brits.
is do not talk about money. Now, I think
Mm.
the connotation of this is that Americans and maybe to a lesser extent Canadians are very boastful and they like boast about money, and that's in like really poor
Mm.
taste.
Okay.
And yeah, sure, that can happen, but I think in a more practical sense, this can be a negative to British people. In Canada, it is, I would say, much more common to know roughly salaries of your fellow employees, right?
Oh
Because it's
wow.
less of a tableau to talk about. So you can
Tableau.
figure out, like, hey,
She
so and
said tableau. I ain't never heard that.
so is making it's the same job, they're making 10,000 more than me. Why is that? I feel like here in the UK it's so taboo. You do not speak about this stuff.
Hmm.
You then kind of suffer some of those consequences because you don't really understand the salaries and things going on around you. Does that make sense? So I think the gut reaction is like, oh, Americans, all they do is boast about how much money they make. But actually, I think in the practical sense, it's super helpful. But either way, don't talk
Mm.
about money. Sorry, you can't do it here. Number 15.
Yeah, I feel like I don't like talking about money as well, so I could probably hang out with the Brits on that. Just in terms of what I make or what I bring in, I just feel like why are you worried about how much money I make? And I'm not gonna be one to brag. If anything, I'm gonna say I got less than I actually have. Like I walk around all day till I'm blue in the face, but I'm broke. Like I'm broke. I don't have it. I'm broke. But money need count. I do live like I'm broke. So that's the situation on that.
Don't be too enthusiastic. Too enthusiastic, too high energy. Ugh. Don't do it.
What?
Keep it low key. Keep it
No.
self-deprecating. Okay. If you're too excitable, if you're too energetic, too enthusiastic, gross. Number 16, passive.
I'm an excited person. I'm an enthusiastic person. Especially when I wake up in the mornings, like well after I get a workout in. I get up, brush my teeth, get ready, go to the gym. And after I get that workout in, I'm feeling good. My energy's up. My levels are up. And I got to express it. Now once you start getting to the evening, you quiet, energy down, I'm ready for bed. And we're talking energy starts going down at about 4 or 5 p.m. My energy's just draining at that point because I wake up so early. I'm a morning person. All my energy goes in the mornings. In the evening, it's drained. Like I used to try to work in the evenings. Like afternoon, evening, it doesn't work for me. Like I can't sit here and do videos in the afternoon or evenings. Have to do it in the morning when my energy is high.
Aggression is key. Kind of mentioned this earlier. This sort of song and dance. A lot of British people don't really want to make a fuss, but obviously they get angry, they get annoyed. But rather than like being direct about it and communicating about it, perhaps in a very direct sense, they like to do the little passive aggressive dance.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're telling a story and someone goes, "Wow, okay, that's interesting."
Mm.
It ain't. It's not interesting, I'll tell you that much. Nobody can do passive aggression like the Brits. Number 17.
With the Brits, you got to read between the lines. You got to read between the lines because they're saying something, but they're meaning something else. They use sarcasm so well, you don't even know sarcasm is being used. So, as a non-Brit, you have to learn to read between the lines, and you got to figure out what's sarcasm and what's not.
Leaving without saying goodbye is considered an Irish goodbye, and that is a no-no.
Oh.
A proper British goodbye takes about 20 minutes. Again, it's a song and dance. It's back and forth. It's like, well, right, we best be off, and then you start saying your goodbyes, and then you're kind of like slowly walking to the door, and you're still saying your goodbyes, and then you're standing at the door, and you're talking again, and then you're saying your goodbyes, and it's this big, long song and dance, really. Personally, I love an Irish goodbye, and I will do it at any possible moment. Same. Okay, so if you invite me somewhere, you just need to understand that at some point you're gonna notice that I am no longer there. Exactly. I love an Irish goodbye. I think the Irish were right. Okay, I think we need to do this more often. Just disappear into the night. Number 18.
Goodbye is goodbye. I ain't got 20 minutes to say bye. I'm out. My wife does the Irish goodbye on the phone with her fam. They, I talk to y'all later, and then talk for another 20 minutes. But me, Irish goodbye me all day. When it's time for me to go, I'm out. I'll see y'all next time. Sometimes I don't even go around and like individually shake people's hands and be like, bye, I'll see you next time, or give hugs. I'll just get up, get to the door, and be like, all right, y'all have a good one. I'm out.
A cup of tea should be offered to anyone who enters your home, even if they're only staying for a few minutes. Even if you don't even drink tea, you should still have tea on offer. So, someone comes over, like an electrician, that was hard to say, an electrician, a plumber, tradesperson comes over for something, you offer a cup of tea. Landlord, family members, friends, neighbor, you should be offering a cup of tea, even if you don't drink it. Number 19, a barbecue is successful no matter the weather. I don't think I've been to a barbecue where it hasn't rained in some capacity, but if there is beer and if there is meat, the weather is irrelevant. And if you wait for the weather to be perfect to have a barbecue, it's never gonna happen. And number 20, you must stand on the right of escalators and walk on the left. I realize this is largely in London, but I think it should be implemented literally everywhere. It's the best system you could ask for. Blocking an escalator, like having two people standing side by side on an escalator, is a serious crime, and you will be arrested.
You should be.
Mainly by me, but I just hate it. Don't do it. Those are my 20 rules British people don't break. Leave a comment down below. What'd you think of my my list, but you can only be nice. Okay, otherwise I will cry.
Rule
Don't forget
number
to check out
21.
Magic Mind. My link is in the description, and use NAPS20 to get a really good discount. If you like to watch something else right now, how about this one? I share all of the weird things I brought to the UK. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye!
Yeah, I feel like,
Hi, everyone.
sorry, I definitely can't stand, don't stand side by side on the escalator. I can't stand when people in a grocery aisle stand side by side and they block the entire aisle. Like, if you're going to talk, go over to the side, one side and talk. Pick a side, though. Don't block the aisle. Don't block the escalator. I'm with her all the way on that. So, Brits, talk to me. How accurate is this list? Are these all rules you never break, or have you broken some, or do you have some that you might add? That's all we've got. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, get a video a thumbs up, check out the next